Yes, everyone. Thank you so much. My name is Bonnie Netcom, Netcom Computer Center. So I will be taking you through introduction to computer and operating system. This is basically where we'll start in computer training. What we're going to do now in computer, we have so many computer training or lesson that have been going on. So the one we are going on now, we call it a computer application. This is what we normally give as Netcom Computer Center. We are based in Nebi District, opposite Nebi Municipal Council, next to Centenary Bank. So we are starting here with the introduction to computer and operating system. What do you normally know about computer? Introduction to computer, you get introduced to computer, how computer works, how computer does the things, you know, connections in computer, a lot in connections, you know, the parts of computer, because that is where we normally start in computer. Computer have to first be introduced to you before you start using it. You have to know what you are going to be using before starting it. So here, introduction to computer and operating system. If we talk in introduction to computer, that one we mean the outside things. And if you go to operating system, we mean the inner things now. Now let's look here what we normally want to do in computer. So from here, we have the computer. What we are seeing here is now the image of computer. Seeing sets of it, which is there other normally called as desktop, and you have this one normally called laptop. So all these are one thing becoming computer. So as world is now going up, you find a lot of upgrades, things are happening here and there. So normally, if you talk of PC, other people they call PC. PC stands for personal computer. Basically, that one gets related to this one here, which we normally call the laptop. Personal computer. You can carry it anywhere, office, home, wherever you work with it. They come hard to carry what? This one up here. The equivalent was as desktop computer. So all these things in form of desktop has been modified in this one thing of laptop here, where you can see the mouse that put for laptop here. See the keyboard which is separate, they also put it here. You see the monitor here which is separate, they also put it here. And you can ask yourself, where is now this one? It's the CPU. CPU basically the central processing unit. They have filed it all here, where they've put a mouse on it, keyboard plus the rest, all in one now. It has come to personal one. Now, how do you normally know the computer part? So if you came here, this is what we are talking about, the CPU itself. So CPU, as we say, the central processing unit. All these things which are outside here, they came into CPU, all in all. And we can be surprised that all these big things, they have fixed it once into this smaller one of laptop here. Is now advance of the world. So we can start knowing computer by knowing the parts of it. So in computer, we say we had the CPU, which is central processing unit, which you can say, see this one here is the CPU, central processing unit. And this one here is a monitor. It's a monitor, it's not a screen. Screen is the one which is for the TV. And in this one, we call it monitor. This one is the CPU, which is central processing unit. And this one is a keyboard. And here we have the mouse. Now, if you come to laptops here, all these things they are there. Here is a mouse, which is here, and here is a keyboard, which is here, and here is a monitor. When you come to laptop, you can throw it back to screen. Then where can we get the CPU now? CPU is a down one here. This is how they modify it. So in computer, this is the computer part. that we can know. So all these things have come up where in the CPU, where we come across it and to know what do you mean by motherboard, processor, the RAM, the drive, all those things, fans, power supply, plus the rest. So let's go where we are in computer, as we are going to give out. So we are here in computer. So let's know the definition of computer. How are we going to assemble the computer? What is that computer that we are talking about? This is the definition of computer. From here they say computer are electromagnetic device, put in bracket machine, capable of receiving data as input and manipulating in bracket processing it to output into a meaningful form as information. Now all those things get range to describe or to define or to let you know what is computer. So with all these, a lot of words have been put here. You can see here we have put data as input, and here output. So all those things they mean the different things. If you talk of input, and we talk of the output. Now here explain for us very soft and clean that a computer is an electromagnetic device capable of receiving data and processing it into output into a meaningful form of information. Now if we talk of receiving data, is what we put in a computer. We as a user, as a computer operator, we put in the computer what we normally put in the computers. Others they do typing, it goes into computer. Others they load movies plus the rest into computer. What from actually what computer get from outside into it is called what? The input. Now the output, that's why they say output it in a meaningful form as information. You have done your typing in a computer, you are seeing it in your on your monitor desktops. Later on you are going to print it out. So the one which is coming out there, that is now the output of it. That's the output as we are understanding. So you are playing music, you are playing video, you are viewing it or listening to it, or else you are seeing it into your monitor. But where are you getting the sound? Out in the speaker. That is what? The output. That's why they say computer, a machine capable of receiving data has input. If it first need to be input as a data into it and processing out into output as a meaningful form of information. Anything that come out in computer, now information. Now when we are putting it, that's why they say computer are electromagnetic device. So that's why they clarify computer in so many ways. Find even the phone we are using, they say that is a computer. Even the ATM machine, that is a computer. That's why this word electromagnetic device is always there with it. So with all this, we get to know the meaning of computer. So whereby if you are going to computer, this is the first thing we first have to know. What is it? The computer that you are going to learn. What is the meaning of it? What is computer capable of? This is the first step you know the computer in. So here is the definition of computer as we have seen. So we have said a computer are characterized by their speed, reliability, storage, and this one here. Now how can we characterize a computer? This is how you know your computer. That's it. This is a computer. Now if you talk of speed, computer has been measure all they are using to different speed. There are different things that can give out, which you can know that this one can be measured in this and this. If you talk of storage, this is how the computer also be characterized. You have a reliability also there for the computer. Now we all know where a computer normally can be get. Say computer can be used in school. Computers there also in school. We have places like hospital, places like police stations, weather station, airport, cargo terminals, plus the rest. So anywhere a computer can be get. We are in a world of computer. So we are in a world of computer. That's what we must know. So we have given the definition of computer. Now we are saying that if you know this is a computer, what is all about this computer? Computer are of different types. Like you are seeing there at first, we have this one look like desktop, we have this one look like this, we have this one look like this. So giving names or company made, that one cannot differentiate for us a computer. Company made is you can get even Dell is there, HP, Toshiba, Acer, plus the rest. So all those means computer. So we cannot say that the one for Dell is a good computer with the one for this one is no. They all mean the same thing. What can make different into them is how you are operating it. So that's why we say computer do so many work. So if we talk of a computer type, which is here, we have a mainframe computer. We have mini computer. Then we have micro computers. So these are computer types that we should know. Now, how are we differentiating this computer type? That the mainframe computer can stand for this, the mini can stand for this, and the microcomputer can stand for this. So from here, if you talk microcomputers are further broken into personal computer, in bracket PC, which is here. Now, if you talk of microcomputers, these are the one has a personal computer, in bracket is PC. So PC is a short form for personal computer. So personal computer is now has what? Has now the definition or definition for the PC. So if you talk of microcomputers, microcomputer example are like PC. Those ones they broken into what? Into the desktop and also laptop, which can also work into there. And then we can talk of mini computer. Now mini computer, we have seen a lot of computers, others we see in the movies where they normally do tracking with. All those are computers. So that's why computer has been clarified into different ways, and they have even a different type of the computer. That's why at first we say anything like machine which is capable of receiving data as input and manipulating or processing it as a output, the computer. That's why you find even a phone, they call it a computer. Even this, they call it what? A computer. So let's come here and look at this. This is what we are trying to. This is what we are trying to see. Now, if we're talking of a computer, let's know the computer part before you proceed further. So, computer. If now we're talking of a computer set, those are now the parts of it that bring it to a set. We have speaker, which is also what, like this one here, which is what, a computer part. So speaker work with the computer. We have microphone, work with the computer. We have keyboard, work with the computer. We have floppy disk, work with the computer. We have CD or DVD disc, so work with the computer. We have mouse with the computer. All these areas here, printer, system unit, what we have been talking about, which is the CPU, which is central processing unit. All these things are computer part. Anything that get connected, or else that work with the computer, whereby if the computer is not there, they cannot work. Those are the computer parts. That's what we should know. And then if you come to CPU here, all these things they come out in the CPU. Now what are we seeing here of them? We have here, first we have this one itself. It now has a what? This one itself now, it now has a CPU, which is a central processing unit. But into it, there are different things that get attached to it and make the work flow well for you. Itself alone, the one you have circled, you can say that is now the board, or the casing. That's what we can see. And now from there, all in it, we have this one here, which is like the what? This one here, which is like the power supply. We have this one, the motherboard. We have this one, system fan. We have this one, floppy, heatsink. We have hard drive, optical drive. We have RAM model. Here we have the processor. All these things, they are connected to this one board. which is motherboard. Now motherboard carry a lot of work whereby the rest cannot do. If you talk of motherboard, this is now the engine of it. This is the engine of computer. All those things that get attached, even the keyboard get attached to the motherboard, the printer cable, all those things that are normally says a computer part, they get attached to motherboard. That's why it carry that name motherboard. So if you talk of the processor are of different ways and different size, and they are measured into different way how they work. So we have here the RAM is also attached here to the motherboard. I can see here is a RAM slot. RAM slot is where you normally put the RAM. So we have here the optical drive. Optical drive here is like our CD or DVD ROM for reading a CD or reading a DVD. And you have this one here, which is a hard disk. This the hard disk work for us as a storage device. That's where most of our work, files, data they carry on. We have this one is the heat sink. So here is also a fan. You find this one normally it is now on top of processor, because computer use power, so anything that use power get heated. So after heating, fan is the must case for the computer to cool it. So that's why we have here two fan. Other one here is a system fan. That one is now for cooling the this fan here is for cooling this one here, which is the motherboard itself alone. Now if this fan is only working for this one, now what of the rest here, which whereby this one is now carrying the duty on it. So here we have known a computer part. We have all these things here, all these things that get attached to motherboard here, and whereby they all get into this one here. And this one is what it's a case. Now if all these things are outside here, it now remain alone as case. So if all these things are inside here, it's form what we call the CPU, which is the central processing unit. So let's see here where we have stopped. So computer has a system is comprised of three major components. Now what is a computer component? Now a computer component, we have now here the hardware, software, and the user. This is a computer component. Minus this thing, three here, we have no computer. Let one miss as hardware, there's no computer which can be formed. Let the software also miss, there's no computer which can be formed. And the user is now an operator or someone skilled in using a computer. You, which is outside there using a computer, you are a user. You are the component, the major component of a computer. Minus you, computer cannot operate, computer cannot do anything minus you. So you are important to the computer life as a component. You have the hardware, which is here. You have the software. Now all in all, what can we know about this hardware? If we talk of hardware, we say hardware refers to physical parts of a computer. As you can see, a physical pluggable parts of a computer. That's a part you can see and touch of a computer. What part of computer that we can normally see and touch? I think in a computer, all these things, that's why they call it hardware, things which are outside, which can be seen and touched in computer. We have keyboard. You can see that this is the keyboard you are able to touch it. This is a monitor. This is a CPU, which is central processing unit. This is a printer. This is a DVD. This is speaker, microphone, flash, all those things you can physically see and touch. So this is a computer part, which is hardware. That's why they call it a computer hardware. So in computer hardware, the computer part whereby you can physically see and touch. The example are all here: system unit, speaker, mouse, printers, scanners, keyboard, microphone, among others. So any computer part where you can be physically seen and touch is a computer hardware. You can see it and touch it also. That is a computer hardware. So wherever you are, I'm still taking you introduction to computer and operating system, known by name Poly Netcom, Netcom Computer Center. They we are based in Nebi, opposite Nebi Municipal Council. So as today in computer, we are going with it until we know computer all in all, because we need to know what we are using, we need to know how computer operate, we need to know what is meant by computer, what is computer all about. We need to know all this plus the rest. So if we're talking of computer, others here computer. Now computer is now strange for us. We're in the world of computer. We need to know computer. So we say computer, the component of computer as three: as hardware, software, and the user. Now let's get this clear. If we talk of hardware is a physical part of a computer which can be seen and touched. What are they? Part of a computer which can be seen and touched. We have monitor, and we know what monitor is. We can see the monitor, can touch. And we have the system unit, we can see, touch, which is a CPU, central processing unit. We have speaker, that is a computer part, which is in form of hardware. We have mouse, that we normally use, which acts as a pointing device. We have printer, that we use for printing our documents. We have scanner, this is also computer part which can be seen and touched. And we have keyboard, the computer part which can be seen and touched. We have microphones, this is a computer part which can be seen and touched. So wherever you are, this is where we are going to stop for today. What have you learned? Get it, go down to your computer, do research, and immediately you're sending nodes. Let's be in touch. Anywhere where you are getting confused and not understanding what and what, throw back the question back. You can throw it back to my mail or my WhatsApp number, which is now there. Nodes will be coming through via mail or WhatsApp, and even the video as a tutorial also becoming in the same two-way, whether on WhatsApp or else on to mail. So wherever you are, have a good day, a good night. Also, if you're getting this lesson at night, have a good night. And if you are getting it in the daytime, have also a good day. So for anything in computer, let's be in touch. We know what computer mean. So I still remain Poly Netcom, the COC, Netcom Computer Center, Netcom Films, and Net Music. So you're most welcome. Thank you.